partly cloudy skies. We'll see a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, just a touch cooler with a high of 87. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and more. With even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this summer. Check out their new Keen and Tiva brand sandals for hiking and Olukai sandals for sitting by the pool. Plus, they're stocked up on Hey Dudes to catch you up on the latest shoe fashion. They also have shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary with you. Hello, Rico.
Hello.
How's the day?
It's going pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
You got a podcast today?
I did. I recorded a podcast with Amon Green, and now I'm spacing on his name, John Arias.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The play-by-play voice for Wisconsin volleyball and
Yeah.
Wisconsin women's basketball.
I'm sure there will be some conversations
Oh,
to
definitely.
be
We
had.
already talked about it. He said you guys get so jealous that we took your record that now you're putting it in a freaking football stadium. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
we are. And I go, have you heard the updated numbers? He goes, no, what is it? I said 91,000. I was like, the world record is 91,585 or something like that. He goes, you guys are gonna get that. I go, yeah, I know.
We are. We are. And all of them are going to be packed in to see Scotty McCreery as well.
Not the NCAA record, not a North American record,
No.
not a Northern Hemisphere record, a world
record. As always, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. All those or both of those open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and Allo channel 951 on your television sets. You can check us out. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. There's going to be a little bit of baseball softball corner. We're going to talk NBA Finals. And then, Rico, we on the air haven't been able to discuss the potential boycott for EA Sports and the NCAA college football game.
I feel bad for my stance, but I'm sticking with it.
Okay, because I don't feel as bad, but it might be a little bit of a hot take.
It definitely is.
It's a hot take.
It's a hot take.
Okay, so
And it will be.
So we may wait. We may wait till the second segment then to talk about the NCAA football potential boycott because it's not official yet. But
It's just in talks.
Yeah, in talks about it.
You're just in talks about
Boycotting, I suppose. So once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Let's start in Major League Baseball because the last 2 days we didn't get to mention this yesterday at Buffalo Wings Rings, which, by the way, great event. It was a blast to see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces I got to meet.
Oh, yeah.
Got to meet Disc Golf Jake for the first time. So
did I miss him?
You did.
Dang it.
Yes, Disc Golf Jake came and said hello. So it was a lot of fun to hang out with a lot of our listeners.
I think I was
yesterday.
here when he dropped off the discs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I was, but
I was not.
yeah, you guys were on a
Were we on remote?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what we were at. Okay, so anyway, starting in baseball, in Major League Baseball specifically, Rico, Alek Manaea.
Is it Manaea?
It's Manaea.
Okay, I've always been saying Manoa.
I believe it's Manaea. So Alek Manaea, maybe Manoa. Either way,
The Blue Jays
the
pitcher.
Blue Jays starting pitcher. He was an All-Star last year, finished third in the Cy Young voting, and he went 16-17 in 2022. Had a great year. He was one of them that was mic'd up for the All-Star game, and he went 16-7 with a 2.2 ERA, and in 31 games that he started. Was a pretty good pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. This year, he is 1-7 with a 6.36 earned run average in 13 starts. I'll say that again. 1-7 with a 6.36 earned run average in 13 starts. Now, you might say, okay, who cares? He's having a bad year. Well, the Blue Jays are doing something interesting here.
Yeah, I just saw where the thing you're about to say.
Yes. So the Blue Jays have decided to demote their starting pitcher, not to the AAA affiliate, not to the AA affiliate, not even to the single A affiliate, but instead to the rookie level Florida Complex League.
Alek Manoa is going to rookie ball.
And basically what this is doing, it's to basically have a full reset for Alek and his pitching.
Get that
Just
confidence
a
back.
complete reset.
Because right now it is gone. Because his last game, his confidence is so far gone. Are you ready for this, people? Are you ready for these stats?
Yeah.
Because it was Monday against Houston. He lasted a third of an inning.
Yep.
He got 1 out. He allowed 7 hits, 6 earned runs, a home run, and walked someone.
Yeah.
He got 1 out.
This is unfortunately going back to.
They ended up losing 11-4.
This is unfortunately going back for Alek Manaea to March 30th. I mean, you look at some of these, and he has the fewest runs that he's allowed in a game since, I guess he did have 1 shutout against the New York Yankees. He had 7 shutout innings. The Blue Jays still lost that game, but he had 7 shutout innings against the Yankees back on April 22nd. But when you look at some of his statistics, you have a performance against the Cardinals that's ugly. That his ERA at one point this season was 13.50 earned run average.
Like he didn't get they won that game 10-9. He didn't get the win. He only went 3 1/3.
Yeah.
9 hits, 5 earned runs.
Yeah. So you look at against the Dodgers, he allowed 3 earned runs against against the Tigers, rather. He allowed 3 earned runs against the Rays, allowed 7 against the Mariners, allowed 7 against Boston, allowed 5 against Philly, allowed 3. Just some disappointing performances for the 2022 Cy Young finalist. Finished top 3 in Cy Young voting last year and has completely fallen off with a 1-7 record and a 6.36 earned run average in 58 innings pitched.
So since that Yankee shutout where he threw 7 innings of shutout ball, only allowing 2 hits, he has not given up less than 2 earned runs and hasn't gone longer than 5 2/3 innings.
Mm-hmm. So, you just look at just the comparisons from year to year. So in 2022, and he's still 25 years old. He's still young, and that's why the Blue Jays and Alec Manoah can afford to have a complete reset like they are doing right now. Is have this complete reset, go down, use all of the technology, the equipment that the rookie ball organization has down in the Florida Complex League, and basically just reset everything. Because once again, went 16-7 last year in 2022. In 2023, here he's 1-7. You look at the comparisons. In 2022, he allowed just 16 home runs in 196 innings pitched. However, in 58 innings pitched this season, he's allowed 11. He's walked 42 guys this season, when all of last year he walked 51. Just the comparisons, unfortunately, it's just not good for the Blue Jays starting pitcher. Blue Jays, however, they're still above 500. They're still fine. But this is a guy
start hot.
This is a guy that was drafted in the first round, 11th overall back in 2019. And after like we said, a Cy Young caliber type of season, here he goes, not to AAA, not to AA, but to rookie ball in the Florida Complex League. It's something that we just do not see very often, if ever.
It's I don't want to use the Y word that sometimes baseball players get associated with. I don't know if it's that. It could be that because you had such a fantastic season last season, and things just are falling apart right on top of you as this season continues. Hopefully, this hard reset going all the way down to rookie ball and just trying to get some semblance of confidence back will do well for him, because you never want to see somebody with that amount of skill, with that amount of potential, just not realize it, because he's, like we said, last year he was fantastic. Runner-up in the Cy Young.
Yeah.
Only 7 losses last year, 7 losses already this season. So you hope that Alec, even though he pitches for the Blue Jays, you hope that Alec can figure it out and get back to these things, because this is, I don't want to say unprecedented or something that we haven't seen before. I'm sure something like this has happened before with somebody, but this is just a ridiculous 180 from last season's performance.
Once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those open for you. Let's switch our eyesight to college baseball really quickly, as we have just a few minutes left in this segment. So Rico mentioned Bach during the crossover there went through the super regional matchups, right? So Circa Sports just came out with their odds to win the national championship.
Yep.
Right. So obviously there's 16 of these teams, and only 8 of them are going to advance to the College World Series that starts in about a week and a half or so. But when you look,
a week and 3 days.
Is it a week and 3 days?
A week and 3 days.
Next Friday.
Next
That's right, 'cause
Friday
we're there.
is opening ceremony.
That's right. And so
I love the opening ceremony. It's great.
You big opening ceremony guy?
Big opening ceremony guy.
Okay.
You just go out there, they play that cool video, they introduce the teams, they walk out from center field and they walk and they sit down, then they do another video, and then they do fireworks, and then it's like, all right, here we go.
I'm not sure I've been to the College World
starts-
Series opening ceremonies.
Dude, it's great. And they're like, it all starts, they don't say it, but you just sit there and you're like, it all starts tomorrow.
Wow.
It's going to be great. Electric.
Anyway, only 8 of these 16 teams that are playing, and we went through all the regional matchups on back on Monday when there were some still winner take all games yet to be played. Looking at the college baseball national championship odds, if you will. Wake Forest is obviously the front runner.
As they should be.
Then it's Florida, LSU, Virginia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Stanford, and TCU. Now, what's interesting
SEC in there,
because Rico, we talked about it yesterday, and the differences, or I should say, a lot of the seeds, national seeds that hosted, are not playing anymore.
Nope.
You have 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. All of those seeds that I just listed are already home.
13 shouldn't have been a national seed, but yeah.
Auburn should not have been a national seed. You're right. But the only national seeds that remain, number 1, Wake Forest, number 2, Florida, number 5, LSU, number 7, Virginia, number 14, Indiana State, number 15, South Carolina, and number 16, Alabama. Those are the only seeds that remain in an interesting year, because you look at Arkansas, which they lost in a fashion that we're just not used to seeing them lose game during the weekend, 20-5 to TCU, where Trey Patterson had, 3 home runs, went 5 for 6, had 2 grand slams, 11 RBIs in that game.
Is Arkansas's head coach?
Trey Richardson.
Is Arkansas's head coach in trouble?
No. Now, if you look at the message boards,
2 out of 3 years you haven't made it out of Arkansas.
I understand that.
I know 2 years ago it was in the Supers.
I understand
Or was
that.
it last year was in the Supers?
Well, 2021 would have been in the Supers because
Yeah.
they beat Nebraska.
Yeah. No, you made it out. So last year was in the Supers because you lost to NC State.
Yes.
And this year was just in regionals.
Yes. But here's the thing, Rico.
I don't
Dave
know.
Van Horn is one of the best coaches in all of college
I know
baseball.
he is, but Arkansas is they're in a dangerous point right now with Van Horn. Where are they going to drift off into mediocrity?
I hope not. Arkansas,
you got to
is
be
one of
careful
those
now.
teams, though, in college baseball, where when they're playing well and prominent nationally, it's better for the game of baseball.
Oh, 100%.
When they make it to Omaha, however annoying the Woo Pig Suey chant may be to some people,
I kind of like it.
It's pretty intimidating and pretty awesome.
It's cool.
It is cool.
Bad because we don't have
unifying.
I know we have Husker Power and Go Big Red, but some of those chances. I mean, look, this may be controversial. Some of the chants are cooler.
Oh,
do you want me to just say it?
Say some of them. Say some of the chants that are.
Woo Pig Suey is cooler.
Okay. How do you feel about the Vandy Whistler?
I don't like him, but I respect him.
It takes commitment.
It's a lot of lung power to keep whistling and whistle that loud.
I went to the national championship game a couple years ago when Vanderbilt was playing Virginia. It was the Dansby Swanson team, and it was the Dansby Swanson team, and that was the first time I heard the Vandy Whistler in person, and I thought, this isn't that bad. It's maybe more annoying on TV.
Oh yeah,
but when you're in the atmosphere, it's not as annoying as people. People try to just say that it's annoying so that they can
blend in with the crowd. There's
I
a lot of
agree.
other noises going on when you're there in person that kind of not drown it out because he's very loud, but it just kind of mixes in with everything. Whereas on the broadcast, the murmuring of the people is very low, but the whistle is so loud and so piercing that it gets through to the microphone.
Now, would I want to sit in the row in front of him for a baseball game? No, absolutely not.
Heck no.
But once again, 402-464-5685. A chance to rebrand yourself as I'm seeing text roll in. Chance for you to give us your name once more. If you have not texted in the name you want on our text line,
we need your name.
We need your name now so we can identify you.
Because we got a new text line.
We got a new text line. Same number, just different service.
We need your names, though. So please, for every show, and tell your friends who text into the 93.7 The Ticket. If they haven't done so within the last day or two, they need to send in their name so that we will be able to tell who they are. Because right now it's a lot of unnamed texters. A couple people who are lifers in this. Chase B, Claytonia John, Cubster. Some guys like that. Your guys' names are already in there.
Exactly.
And thank you for texting in again. But we need more. We need more. Drew Carr, Scaper.
Perfect. Yeah. So we're glad that you guys are adding to the show. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you did, text them in earlier this morning, we got it in there. But otherwise, so LSU is one of the teams that that College World Series fans in general want to see in Omaha. I think some of the other teams, I think South Carolina is one that maybe just general baseball fans potentially gravitate to. Rico, you and I do as well.
Yeah.
Virginia's been there quite a bit as well. They won the title back, was it 2017, 2018, around that time. But other than that, there's a lot of new faces. I suppose TCU is one of those back in the Brandon Finnegan years with Jim Schlossnagel as their coach before Schloss went to Texas A&M. But when you look up and through these 16 teams that are potential, I think we all can agree that LSU, South Carolina, Oral Roberts is fun because there'd be a first time to College World Series type of team.
Big fan of first-time teams because their fans, they probably have at some point just to experience it, been down here. But coming while your team is here and playing, that's a different experience, and I can't wait for them to experience it.
And so it's Texas as well, I think adds in there.
No, Texas.
You don't want Texas.
I like when Texas,
Texas
is here.
The traditional look of the Texas like vest uniforms.
Yeah.
It's fun to see. You don't cheer them on.
I don't want Stanford to win it all. I just don't want Texas to be here.
Okay.
Like their fans will show up anyways. They're here regardless. They Texas, LSU, South Carolina fans, they already have their hotels booked and their tickets bought years in advance. Like they just assume they're going to go there. So
somebody unnamed texter says no one likes South Carolina.
That's a lie.
I think a lot of folks
that's a lie.
Enjoy watching South Carolina. There's also some nostalgia with South Carolina, I think, to an extent, because if you are around not only my age, but like Rico's age, which is a little bit older.
You're calling me old?
A little bit older, 8 years older than I am. 8 years older than I am. You remember South Carolina winning the final national title at Rosenblatt, and you remember them winning the first at TD Ameritrade Park. So it's just that cool time. I think more people like South Carolina than maybe some folks realize.
South Carolina and Omaha are one.
Same with
South
LSU.
South Carolina, LSU, like some of those traditional teams have just been adopted by the city as like when they get here, we love you. This is whatever north or whatever south, wherever you're from. So
yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if they do the Jello shots again this year.
Oh, they will.
Arkansas, don't forget, won big in the Jello shot challenge. It was like over 4,000.
Last year, wasn't it one of the Mississippi schools? We'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was one of the Mississippi schools.
So, let's see. No, Arkansas won.
Did they? Okay.
Nope, they did not.
Yeah, see?
Ole Miss won.
There it is.
With 18,777 Jello shots. This was always fun because we're going to be able to do this when we're down in Omaha next week or in 2 weeks. Is at $4.50 a pop.
That's so expensive.
So $4.50 for a single Jello shot times the 18,777 that Ole Miss fans bought divided by 2. Oh, excuse me. Hold on one second.
He'll figure it out.
I pushed the wrong button.
He'll figure it out at some point. It's okay.
$84,496.50 that Ole Miss fans spent on Jello shots alone.
Well, do you remember those like big brands, those like hunting brands?
Yes.
They like the owners of those were here and they went in and bought like the dude was like, I'm going to buy 5,000 shots for Arkansas. And the guy's like, I'm going to buy 6,000 shots for Ole Miss. Like, just give them out.
It's awesome. So anyway, once again, unnamed texter texted in, said, no idea why I'm texting my name, but you asked. Just turn the radio on. We need your names for our text line.
Yeah.
But
also, thanks for listening unconditionally.
On the text, what's funny is they said, no idea why I'm texting my name, but you asked. They didn't include their name.
Looks like your name is now no idea.
There you go.
Your name is no idea why.
There you go. So once again, 402-464-5685. We'll continue to add your names into our text line if you would like. If you just want to remain as a number and anonymous, I mean, that's fine as well, but we like to be able to call you guys out. And
it doesn't have to be your real name. It could be a random name you made up.
Absolutely not. So perfect. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we talk a little bit NBA Finals as well as the college football game boycott potential, all coming up next on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this summer. Check out their new Keen and Tiva brand sandals for hiking and Olukai sandals for sitting by the pool. Plus, they're stocked up on Hey Dukes to catch you up on the latest shoe fashion. They also have shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing. At 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule a catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under new management, but has the same great service as before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of garage doors and can always point you in the right direction to get the job done. Give Steve's Garage Doors and Services a call today at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, Sunday Family Fun Days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms will be a possibility late this afternoon. It will be hot with a high of 93. Very light south winds of around 10. Overnight dropping down to around 65 with partly cloudy skies. We'll see a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, just a touch cooler with a high of 87. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
This isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?
What do you mean?
Did Caesar live here?
No.
I didn't think so.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So before we dive into NBA Finals and college football video games, I want to shout out one of our teammates here at The Ticket.
Oh, thank you so much.
Nebraska women's golfer Lindsey Teal has won the 100th Nebraska edition, or I guess match, of the Nebraska Women's Match Play Tournament. So a big shout out to Lindsey Teal.
Great job.
Obviously of Big Red Birdies. She defeated earlier today Caitlin. Hold on, I want to make sure. I don't want to get the name wrong. I believe it's Caitlin Hanna. I saw.
Is she the one from Iowa?
Caitlin Hanna from the University of Iowa.
Yes.
She was so this is Caitlin Hanna, that is, two-time state champ from Omaha, and she was the 2021 Nebraska Junior Girls Golfer of the Year. And huge shout out to our very own and Nebraska women's golf's very own Lindsey Teal for defeating her earlier today in the match play championship. So big congrats to Lindsey.
I don't know if she was wearing a ticket hat.
No, she was not. But so wanted to definitely make sure that we mentioned that's really a fantastic accomplishment
amidst all of the weirdness with golf.
Yeah,
that is a bright shining star in the golf world.
Yeah, the golf world's crazy right now. Rory McIlroy made some waves with things that he had to say earlier today. But no, it was really good to see. Really good to see Lindsey win that. So congratulations once again to her, and congratulations to Caitlin Hanna from the University of Iowa, formerly of Omaha, for the runner-up finish as well. So thanks to you guys for texting in all of your names. We've got all of them up to this point changed. So if you hear that message throughout the next couple of days or so, don't worry about it. You don't have to resend your name in. We already got it saved. It's uploaded, and we're good to go from now on. Okay, Rico.
Yes.
Let's go NBA Finals game 2 or game 3 rather.
Maybe.
So we play. It's playing tonight, Miami.
Yes.
Right. We know the atmosphere is going to be pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
Denver has been there for a couple days. They had dinner at Jeff Green's house that is in Miami. And I guess just overall, how do you see this game unfolding tonight? Because Denver came out last game, had a 1-0 lead, and Miami just put together a pretty solid performance altogether. They were down by more than 8 going into the fourth quarter, but we saw that stat yesterday.
A weird stat.
Just a real incredible stat of Miami, and when they're facing a deficit entering the final 12 minutes of play, somehow, some way they come back.
When Miami
when
is
the
down by
when the rest of the NBA can't.
Yeah, when Miami is down by 8+ points entering the fourth quarter, they are 4-5 this season. The rest of the NBA, when entering the fourth quarter down by 8 points or more, is 1-41.
That's unbelievable. Say that again.
The rest of the NBA is 1-41 when going into the fourth quarter down by 8 or more points. The Miami Heat are 4-5.
That's insane. Insane. Obviously, still a sub 500 record, but
I mean they have 4 wins compared to 1 for the rest of the NBA.
So
ridiculous.
How Michael Malone calls out the Denver Nuggets effort from game 2 as well. You had all those like side headlines of altitude and all that other stuff.
Denver's undefeated at home.
Yeah, and how they hadn't lost at home since like March 30th or whatever it was. And all the records that came with it, where Denver, when they were up by double digits, they had only lost 1 game. What happens tonight in your eyes?
I think Miami's going to be charged up.
Okay.
I think the city, the arena, the team are going to be so hyped up on stealing one in Denver and all of the naysayers going against them and being a 3-point underdog at home in your own home arena, on your own home court, that I truly believe that Miami gets it done tonight. I think that they go up 2-1 on the Denver Nuggets tonight, just because if you've seen the stats with Denver, they have a over 60% winning percentage at home, but under 34% winning percentage when they play on the road. So, and I believe that was all time. I don't know if that was this season, but just the Denver Nuggets as a whole. They don't do well once they get away from the altitude of Mile High. So I don't know how well they're going to do. I just know that they're going to be going against a very hostile crowd in Miami. And, there's still memories of the last time. I don't know if it was the last time, but when Denver was down there for another game, possibly last year, if I'm remembering correctly, and Nikola Jokic went at one of the Morris brothers, one of the Morris twins, hit him in the back after he perceived a foul by him to be a cheap shot. That memory's still fresh down in Miami. They still have that. They're still holding on to that. So Denver and Nikola Jokic are going to be in for a very raucous environment. And although I know that they can handle it, Mike Malone has these guys prepared for that. Jeff Green, one of the veteran leaders, Nikola Jokic, 2-time MVP. It's going to fall on Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Aaron Gordon to win this game for the Denver Nuggets. And I don't think that they're going to be able to get it done. Again, Jamal Murray, very streaky. Michael Porter Jr., if he hits two, nobody on the court that's wearing a Denver Nuggets jersey exists anymore.
Yeah.
And if the ball touches his hands, it's going up. So if those three can put together a good enough performance like Miami's role players or secondary players did in game 2 against Denver, if they can put together a game where, Jamal Murray scores 23, Aaron Gordon chips in 12, Michael Porter Jr. chips in 13 to go along with whatever Nikola Jokic scores, I think that they'll have a really good chance. But I just see Miami, after figuring out that when you turn Nikola Jokic into a scorer and less of a distributor, that you can win games. I think that they're going to go that route again and try to make Jamal Murray be the guy who's passing the ball to everybody and keep the ball out of the hands, out of Jokic's hands, in an area where he can pass and set somebody up.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because as we know with Jokic, it's that unique skill set of scoring, distributing, and rebounding that makes him such a nightmare to plan for. And when you look at game 1 versus game 2 here, in game 1, if I remember correctly, Jokic had about 14 assists, a good number of points. I mean, he got close to a 30 burger.
Yeah, he had
points,
somewhere between 25 and 29.
Yes, so we'll just say in the middle, 27.
Yeah,
had 27 points and 14 assists. He had the triple double as well. And what I was when I read an article from CBS Sports a little bit ago, outside now, Jokic scores 41 in game 2 with, as you just said, only 4 assists, while Jamal Murray had 18 points. Nobody else on the Denver Nuggets had more than 13. So when you look now at game 1, I'm looking at this box score. So Jokic did finish with 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 14 assists. When you look at the rest of the box score, it's Aaron Gordon with 16. It's Michael Porter Jr. with 14 points and 13 rebounds. It's Jamal Murray with a 26-point performance. Bruce Brown Jr. with 10 points. I'm right there in line with you, Rico. If Miami can not only force Jokic to be the one to shoot, and part of that, they have to get some help from Denver, because guys were missing shots in game 2.
Yeah.
Right? Michael Porter Jr. was one of them. Aaron Gordon came out guns a-blazing in game 1.
He was feeling it.
Right? And so it caused Miami to have that quick timeout. I remember that one. But I think, I mean, just as you said, now that Miami has learned that, hey, if we force Jokic to score 41, that's great for Denver because you're getting 41 points from your superstar, but only 4 assists isn't going to win Denver a whole lot of games. So,
and it's going to help them a lot, because don't double team Nikola Jokic. You double team him, he's going to dish it off to somebody, just one person. And you have to understand that one person has to understand, look, he's going to score on you. Yeah. All right, you're just going to have to be okay with that. He's going to score on you. But as long as
Coach Spoelstra said that, Eric Spoelstra said that, and he kind of like got on Ramona Shelburne a little bit from ESPN, and Ramona came back the next day on I think it was NBA Today and said, there's no beef here. Like, that just happens. Yeah. But Spoelstra was like, it's Nikola Jokic. You can't slow him down. You're not going to just take Nikola Jokic out of this game.
You got to, if he's shooting, he's going to score. You're going to have to be okay with that, as long as you're keeping the ball out of the rest of the players' hands, because Jamal Murray, as I said before, is a volume shooter. Nikola Jokic is going to keep passing to him until he starts making it. He's going to keep chucking those shots up. But once he sees the ball go through the hoop 4 times, 3 times in a row, it's lights out. The dude doesn't miss. He'll take the worst shot you've ever seen and it'll go in because he's just that hot of a shooter when he's on. Now, the problem is he's not on all the time. He's a very streaky shooter, and that's where Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon are going to have to carry the slack. Bruce Brown as well. You're not going to ask Bruce Brown to score over 15 points.
No.
But if he can give you timely buckets, that's what's really important. The ability to stop a Miami run or to start a Denver run is going to be very important for a player like Bruce Brown.
Yeah, so once again, game 3 tonight, not game 2. Game 3 tonight from Miami. Feel free, 402-464-5685. Text us in your predictions. We'll go ahead and we'll let you guys know what our thoughts are. We'll talk to Austin and Strick coming up next for the crossover as we get you ready for On the Block coming up next on The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under new management, but has the same great service as before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of garage doors and can always point you in the right direction to get the job done. Give Steve's Garage Doors and Services a call today at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this summer. Check out their new Keen and Tiva brand sandals for hiking and Olukai sandals for sitting by the pool. Plus, they're stocked up on Hey Dudes to catch you up on the latest shoe fashion. They also have shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, Schmidt.
Why would I think about you?
Because we're friends. We're not animals.
We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back.
What does it mean?
We're back here on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick and Rico hanging out with you.
Jay Cutler.
Strick is going to be joining us here momentarily, but Austin Orman is here. Austin's got to get his mic from Rico because Rico steals and takes everybody's stuff.
There we go.
There he is.
What's up?
What's up, Austin? How's it going?
Steals and takes
Great.
everybody's stuff. Was my mic first?
Anywho.
Anywho, he says. This guy.
Anywhoozles.
What is it with him? What is with him? First, he doesn't want Oral Roberts to make it to the College World Series. Then he wants Texas to make it to the College World Series.
I like the
sorry. Hold on. The men's College World Series.
He
hates it.
It's the College World Series and the Women's College World Series.
No, it's the men's College World Series. It's the
CWS.
If the NCAA is calling it the MCWS, I'm gonna call it the MCWS.
You're just a corporate shell.
You know it.
Sellout.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's the one that lived in Omaha?
I don't want to live
This
in
guy
Omaha.
did.
I don't want to live in
That's
Omaha.
my
Lincoln
baseball.
Lincoln is better.
That's
actually
a lie.
Lincoln is better.
That's a lie.
somewhat out on Omaha.
That's not true.
Omaha's mid. Lincoln is it.
You know the place to be?
Lincoln's the place to be.
You know where the place to be is? Gretna.
Lincoln.
Strick, where do you Strick, where you live?
Lincoln.
How's Gretna?
Lincoln.
That's why I tried to say Gretna's the place to be.
Lincoln.
Omaha. I don't care.
Anywho, I gotta stop saying that. College. I was talking to Rico about like teams that Omaha gravitates towards, and it's the LSU's. Obviously, we got told on the text line that South Carolina is not on that list.
That's a lie.
We disagreed.
South Carolina has been adopted. Omaha is Columbia South, Columbia North.
Ooh,
I don't know where
if I go
Columbia
that
is.
far, but there are
when South Carolina makes it, the city loves it.
Okay,
the city loves South Carolina.
who is
Again,
who
they
is
have
the
that.
top five of that.
top 5 teams that people gravitate towards.
LSU, Mississippi State.
Yeah, probably.
Mississippi State was adopted in the last few years.
With Rowdy Jordan.
I think the top 2 are the top 3 are LSU, South Carolina, and whatever mid-major team makes it.
Fun fact: with Rowdy Jordan, it was fun. Rowdy Jordan, they stayed out in that hotel that's right to the north of now it's Charles Schwab Field, and that's where Mississippi State was. And when I went to the Mississippi State Ole Miss game, I want to say maybe not Ole Miss. Either way, Mississippi State game. Rowdy Jordan was just walking down the sidewalk by himself with holding his bat bag, but walking next to the Blatt Bar and Grill. I was like, this is unreal.
What are you doing?
Like Rowdy Jordan, the starting center fielder for Mississippi State, the guy that hits, I can't remember if he hit first or third in the lineup, but was like the guy for Mississippi State was just walking all by himself in his uniform with his bat bag on his back shoulder, just down Omaha on his way back to the hotel.
So 2 years ago at the College World Series, I was walking with my wife, and it was just Ellie at the time. KJ wasn't born yet.
Ah, nice.
And the I don't know, probably like half of the Nebraska baseball team just walked by us. And I just go, I'm pretty sure it was Nebraska's baseball team. She goes, why? And I go, well, I recognized Max and Bryce because Max is the only one with glasses. And he has a very, like, he just has like a face that you like recognize.
Yeah.
And then I recognize Bryce as well.
Yeah.
Max's All-State picture didn't have glasses on.
It didn't?
No.
That's weird.
I was just looking at it. I'm like, that doesn't look like Max Anderson.
Quick question.
Sorry, Strick.
No, you're good. Quick question.
What's up?
Prime Rosenblatt or
It's Rosenblatt no matter what you say.
Yeah,
atmosphere-wise.
It's
agree.
Rosenblatt no matter what you
I
say.
agree. It's never going to be the same.
As
I never went
Austin,
to a CWS game at Rosenblatt.
As Austin called me, now the baseball stadium is just a corporate shill.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is. And they made it even worse. Let me tell you this. Every year I have this, well, since last year.
Every year, he says.
I say every year.
Every single year that I've been alive.
I'm foreshadowing the future. I am going to have this gripe and frustration with the College World Series every year from now on, ever since they started charging for general admission tickets. Ever since they started charging ridiculous amounts. They charge like $10. It used to be $10, and the reason I get mad about it is because I would be 16, 17 years old, good old 5-6 years ago, and we would go, hey, let's get 4 of our buddies, we'll carpool up there, and we'll spend $10 to go to a College World Series baseball game at 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
That can't happen now. That doesn't happen because now parking is $10. Then tickets are $35. Concession stand prices are ridiculous. It becomes this $100 investment for a 17-year-old kid working a fast food job, and it's like this isn't possible.
Yeah.
It's not possible. It
So
becomes
just have your parents drop you off.
okay. So you could have your parents drop you off. That's fine.
Inflation.
Good thing our parents live in Lincoln, where we were born and raised. In that city.
That sucks, dude.
But like I'm saying, like it's still stupid because you're taking a lot of potential. Like I had a team bonding moment every year at the College World Series, and I was like, this is awesome. Like we'd be sitting there in the home run section, right behind the bullpen, hanging out, watching Oregon State baseball warm up. That's where I got my affinity for Adley Rutschman. Was I watched him and Trevor Larnach go in the College World Series a couple years ago. And we were sitting out in the bullpen. I was like, dang, this is awesome. Like, this is great. And that made me want to continue going every single year. When tickets are $35 to go to an 11 a.m. game between two teams that are one loss away from being kicked out, when you're still, like, the stadium's not sold out at that point, I just don't understand. That's when it became more about the money than anything else.
State summer track is around the time that the College World Series starts. So me and my friends, after we would get done with state, we would all get in a car. We would drive to a McDonald's. We would get, 30 nuggets, and then we would drive to the College World Series with our backpacks and just walk right in. Now, they have the clear bag policy. Yeah. We would walk in there, and there was one year, and this is just memories. This is me reminiscing on the College World Series. I've gone every year that I can remember except for one when I was in Kearney because Red Walmart wouldn't let me off work. Just upset with them. I've only missed one College World Series that I can remember, but
Red Walmart.
We had our bags, we had our McDonald's in our bags, and they were checking the bags. And she opens it up, and as soon as she opened it up, you got the whiff of chicken nuggets. And she looks up at me, shakes her head, and just goes, "Here you go," and hands it back to me. And I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, I mean, she knew you was just a little.
She knew I didn't have money to spend $20 on a hot dog.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. I just. It's frustrating because then that takes away from the big families that can go for for $10. Like I said, an 11 a.m. game, or I guess it's like a 2 p.m. game are the daytime games there. But it's like those are the games that are usually so hot that nobody really wants to go to them because you're sitting in the scorching sun. But here, I remember being 14, 15, 16 and being like, this is awesome. Number one, because we're doing it on our own we're out and about with all my buddies for like the first time at that age, like doing something in a public setting, and you're at the College World Series watching these dudes that if you played a sport, you're kind of idolizing a little bit.
to your point, if the tickets are, what do you say, $35 now a
Mhm.
piece? I mean, yeah, one ticket at $35 is, good return, but you're going to sell more, I would think.
Exactly.
If they're 10.
The demand.
So like you said, it's not selling out at 35. You'll sell out at 5 or 10.
The
You'll
first
get a lot closer at least.
So the first year when it was still TD Ameritrade, the first year that they did it, the tickets were still like $1, $2, $5 a piece, and there was a line waiting for people to leave the outfield general admission seats for people to get in. Like the line was all the way down, all the way past what is it? The CHI Health Center. Like it was under the bridge that goes from the hotel across from it into the CHI. That's how long the line was before that first year that it opened. And it was amazing. I mean, it's a new ballpark and all that, and it was a fun time. But at Rosenblatt, it was kind of the same way, where the line just snaked all over, and people were waiting for people to leave so they could get in. The outfield wasn't as big, obviously, but still, it was super cheap tickets. You would get in there and you would just have a blast. And somebody said the lack of beef between left and right field is what does it for me. That was great. At Rosenblatt, they're just yelling at each other, and it was fantastic.
Are ticket prices a Chuck thing or an NCAA thing?
I don't know,
because that's where I'd be curious to find that out too. Obviously, Omaha's been the home of the College World Series forever, so I hope that it's an NCAA thing and not a, hey, Creighton people are out for money again. Again, sorry, Creighton, I'm going to bash you when I get the chance. But if it is an NCAA thing, I almost wonder if it's, they I know they built it pretty recently. It's new, but are they looking to move it around again or find a new home for it? Obviously, we haven't heard those rumblings, but I could see them jacking up ticket price like, oh, well, no one's coming, so we have to find a new home for it.
Which is going to be so disappointing. That's going to be so disappointing. So, for example,
you don't want to lose that, bro.
No.
I mean, it's
I
a
love
mainstay.
You can't. You can't. So for example, on Monday, June 19th, obviously we don't know the teams that are going to be played, but I'm looking at the Monday strictly because that new that new feeling, excited feeling of the College World Series is back is gone. It's not the weekend prices, because obviously the prices for the weekend are going to be a little more expensive because more people are going to be able to come.
Pause.
I
want to throw this question in.
Okay.
A regional to go to a Final Four in Omaha or the College World Series?
Oh, absolutely. Like for basketball or yeah. CHI is, and Omaha obviously is able to. Is it bad that Lincoln could be
because both of it's all money green?
Which would we prefer?
I would say College World
Series.
Series.
Yeah, College World Series. I thought you meant can it handle
like no, I know it can handle.
Yeah,
it, but I'm saying, what would you be more excited about?
You struck
or like a regional, like whoever
like
comes out of this,
like an Elite Eight game.
Yes.
You struck a nerve
to go to the Final Four.
You struck a nerve with me. Clearly, the right answer is the CWS. I have been to one Duke basketball game in my life. It was when they played Kansas up at the CHI Health Center. Had to sweat out a game against freaking Syracuse.
Yeah.
Then Roger Ayers blows a block charge call, fouls Wendell Carter out, and LeGerald Vick has the overtime of his life. Doesn't miss a shot.
Me and my wife almost went to that Duke Syracuse game. We were so close to going. We had bought some new shoes. We were matching. She had her Duke shirt. I had my Syracuse shirt, and we were so close. But I think something came up and we couldn't go, and it hurt so bad.
I didn't mean to cut you
off.
No,
it's okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to look at it. I think College World Series, strictly because it's just been here for such a long time, I think it would hurt and be bummed out. You build this big ballpark. What do you do with Charles Schwab? It's just going to sit there in the middle of downtown Omaha. Well, not the middle of downtown.
What did they do with Rosenblatt?
Well, they tore it down into a wiffle ball field.
They still have a couple of seats. They have the original home plate is still there. They have some seats you can walk, you can run around it. But they tore that down and it's just parking.
Yeah, it's a wiffle ball field. Wow. So, but anyway, because you wouldn't want to keep Charles Schwab Field strictly there just for Creighton, they don't fill it at all. They don't come close to filling a quarter of it for their games.
Why would they not move a AAA team down there as opposed to out at
but that's exactly why they built.
I don't know.
Is it Warner something?
Warner. That's exactly why they built Warner, is because they didn't. The Royals at the time,
Omaha
the Storm
Royals.
Chasers now, didn't want to move downtown. They wanted to stay amongst the people.
I was gonna say,
and they loved it in South Omaha, and they just decided, all right, well,
we have this gigantic plot of land out here. We're just going to build it out here and make our own thing. And that's exactly what they've done. It's been very successful.
Warner is actually really nice. It's real nice. I wouldn't want the Storm Chasers to ever move to TD or to Charles Schwab Field. Number one, because I don't think they'd fill it.
No.
Number two, in minor league baseball, there's this sort of intimacy, right, in minor league baseball that you get because you feel like you're able to get so much closer to the action than you are in a major league ballpark, and frankly, in the College World Series as well. Charles Schwab is built like a major league ballpark, so you sometimes lack that intimacy unless you're on the first few rows, where at Warner, you can be walking around the concourse, you can be in the third row, you can be in the sixth row, and still feel like you're right up against that action.
You're up on the second deck back in Rosenblatt, and you felt like you were still in the action. Like, I love Rosenblatt. So I watched the Omaha Nighthawks play at Rosenblatt. Like, come on. Like, it was great.
Yeah. Isn't that the same thing for college baseball, though? It doesn't need to be 24,000 like the Chuck sits. I mean, again,
I agree.
That's where, again, it feels corporate, where you have that many seats. You rarely fill it because they're so expensive. If you made it a 10,000 person stadium, even 15, that'll go a long way. You would fill that sucker day in, day out.
But they built it that big so that for at least championship games or games to make it to the championship, it does get full. They're so expensive, but it does get full.
And that is why I gripe at the general admission prices. Reserve seats, and I'm just talking outfield, right? Because here's the deal. You will have plenty of families that will want to take kids to a baseball game at the College World Series because it is a fun place to watch a baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, so for example, on Monday, June 19th, right? It'll be day 4 of the College World Series. For row 21 in the outfield, $48 for one ticket.
That's one ticket.
For one ticket.
You're looking at
so I mean that's what I'm saying. You're
night.
yes, and that is bonkers and that's for the 2 p.m. game on Monday, June 19th.
You're gonna pay $48 to sit out there and
you're gonna pay and scorch in the sun, and because
so you gotta buy water.
So you'll have to buy water,
or
parking. So you have to buy parking, and then on top of that,
parking is actually $30.
You're watching just an elimination game. That's what the 2 p.m. games turn into by that point, is you're turning into elimination games. And
which
so
is no action on it.
Yes. And so it's frustrating at times because number one, being there in the atmosphere is part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And when the stadium is filling up or is a little more full, then the atmosphere obviously gets a jump as well. And also on TV, nobody wants to, when a home run is going towards the outfield or a fly ball is going towards the center fielder and there's spotty sections in the outfield, nobody enjoys seeing that.
You don't want the ball clanging around in the outfield seats.
Yeah, like the Big Ten tournament it's unfortunate. Yeah, it's just like, it hits the bench and comes back into the field.
Like, it's a home run, and it's just like,
yeah. So it's unfortunate. But that's where I'm kind of at with all of that. So, all right, we got about a minute left. What's coming up on the show today, gentlemen?
Lots coming up. Jacob deGrom going under the knife again for Tommy John. Is he Sandy Koufax? Does he have an outside chance at the Hall of Fame? Dame Lillard, if he's going east, says Miami. His Bam's his dog. So we'll get into that. And also, the ex-USFL president is launching a spring football league 11-on-11 for high schoolers with like 16 cities across the country. Interesting idea. I want Strick's thoughts on it.
Cool. Good stuff. Rico, good stuff as always, my man. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Once again, stick around on the block with Strick and Austin. Coming up next, followed by DP and J for Old School. All that and more coming your way the rest of the afternoon on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.
Adios.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide selection of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Honk if you love trucks and bucks. Hold it if you're in traffic, maybe not. Hey, we know you've been waiting for a while.